Warning: the following footage is emotionally traumatizing. Viewers' discretion is advised. Now, before we begin, I cannot stress enough the pain you will go through if you did this to Haru Ura. There are multiple other ways to farm for monies and SP in Umamusume, some even more efficient for every single of your 30 stamina or TP, and this method is only for the players who are greedy and stupid, no morals, no love and care for Haru Ura, and will stop at nothing to get the easiest possible way out of farming monies in Umamusume. Again, one last warning to turn back if you do not want to see some extremely upsetting footage for this guy. And do me a favor, once you did finish the end of this video, ask yourself this one question: was it worth it? Picture this. You just finished putting for MLB Kirasan Black because everyone in the mouse basically said you have to get this MLB Kirasan Black. You got a lot of multiple SRs as well, and you happily spent all of your monies and SP upgrading your Umas as well as support cards to max the limit break, or if you're gonna be at limit break 2, 3, and 4. If you take a look at your account, you realize that you probably have completely ran out of monies as well as SP, and you start to feel cold sweat forming in your forehead. Panic starts arising within your soul as you realize that even after pulling for all of the broken support cards in the world, what use is there if you cannot even use them with your broke ass? You look for guides on YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, anywhere in the world for a monies farming guide, but realize everybody is still talking about tier lists, inheritance guide, and stat guides for beginners. You laugh at these noob trainers being way ahead of the curve after understanding the fundamentals of winning URA and UMA building. While your mind is willing, your money is weak. Suddenly, you see this strange YouTube thumbnail. What's this? The most evil monies farming guide. Wait, 24,000 in a single run and 910 SP? That's the most I've ever seen, even with my A rating runs. And those take so much effort and timing, praying to RNG and go to ship but not training restricted me. Hey guys, UmaPokke here, and today we are gonna be going through the easiest way to farm monies in Umamusume. You need no SSR, no friendship, no money, no nothing, and you pretty much just need a single Uma. Haru Ura. Monies can essentially be consistently obtained from Umamusume in 3 main methods. Your race participation during your career, namely your G1, G2, G3s at a fixed 400, your final fan base at the end of the career, which gives you this massive 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 or even 10,000 monies drop, as well as your daily races at monies or SP. Now, there are some occasional drops from team trials and events, but aside from those, the above are definitive ways to improve your stash. And as such, for every 30 TP you spend in a career run, you basically want to maximize the number of races you participate. Now, the most important thing over here is winning or losing a race in your career does not matter as long as you participate in those races. So attached over here are some of the drop rates for the pre-OP, OP, G1, G2 as well as G3. So as you guys can see, G3, G2 and G1 gives you a 100% base chance of 400 monies, while OP and pre-OP gives you 200. Now, I sometimes did notice not getting monies but 20 SP instead. Whichever it is, you will need a ton of these either way, regardless if you win or lose. That being said, the problem with slamming races for your Umas is that for most of the time, your Umas will have race goals that are essentially stat checks to ensure the progression is up to par all the way through to the URA finals, and I guess it's a way to see if you have been a good trainer to your Umas. In terms of maximizing our monies and SP income, this is technically not efficient because every single time we train, rest, recover, go for all these events, it is one less race, one less chance to earn monies or SP. So, is there an Uma whose race career doesn't have that big of a stat check? Enter Haru Ura. As of now, Haru Ura is the only Uma that has arguably the easiest race goals, having only fan checks all the way to turn 50, where you then need to start placing top 5s until turn 69, as you can see from this picture over here. This means we can technically slam races for 58 turns straight, netting us the highest race participation in all of our Umas while ensuring that we don't prematurely end our career run. Now, the first 11 turns before the junior debut is not going to be counted because you do want to have a little bit of stat checks all the way at least until you finish the very first race. To optimize this method even further, I found that focusing purely on speed during the earlier phases helped me push a little bit more into top 5 elm stakes, otherwise the run may collapse there and lose 6 additional turns of race participation. Having a good legacy here also helps a little bit. As long as you can place top 5, then you're gonna be good to go. Since all of the tracks in your career goals for Haru Ura are sprints, just all-in speed will be more than sufficient. If you notice that you do not have enough stats to place top 5 in elm stakes, consider raising Urara's speed a little bit more after the junior debut or getting a little bit better legacy parents from your friends. Now these were my stats for the elm stake to get top 1 purely from slamming races, legacy, and not doing a single train. This means that whether you have like MLB Kirasan Black, MLB Super Creek, all those things, it literally does not matter because it only focuses on the very first 11 turns. Afterwards, it's just going to be purely from legacy, racing, and more racing.
So trusted you. I thought I could too. So why in bloody hell does Makarov know you?
Now, one important thing to take note is that you do want to get as many of these skills whenever possible, and anything that can improve your speed, namely the yellow icons, because you will have quite a decent amount of skill points. Now, my Haru Ura over here is not going to be strong enough to finish first in JBC Sprint, so most runs would end around that ballpark. I feel that this is going to be worth it because at best, even if you place first in JBC Sprint, you only gain 3 more turns from participating in Arima Kinan, and it's highly unlikely that you can actually win the UIA qualifiers. And hey, we don't want to put Haru Ura through the PTSD of Arima Kinan, so I guess that's also a W. After each race, win or lose, always choose option 1 of Haru Ura and option 2 if the interviewer shows up. Aside from individual card events, that is pretty much it. You don't have to train, you don't have to rest, just race. After racing, go for even more race all the way. And at the end of the run, it should net you roughly 900 SP and 24,000 monies give or take. My run was 910 SP with 24,000 monies. This is inclusive of finishing the career with an additional 4,000 monies, which is ultimately based on your fans. Now at this point, you may wonder, what about the 10,000 monies at the end of a legend run, which is gonna be your 320,000 fans total? The reality is, yes, legend runs with a good amount of races combined can also earn you a very good chunk of monies, SP, and even farming for sparks in the meantime. But this would require your trainers to have a pretty decent deck, which is going to be better than your R cards, 0 limit break SSRs, or your 1 or 2 limit break SR cards, having a pretty decent legacy, and generally understanding how to train in the URA finale scenario. If you want a completely brainless and 0 effort way of earning money and SP, then unfortunately or fortunately, Haru Ura is going to be the way. At this point, you might be wondering, what about all the negative effects? Awful mood, skin issue, not being able to enjoy her summer, her fans from the shopping district who came all the way to support her, her spirit to never give up and being optimistic despite losing almost every single race throughout this entire career, only for us to end it prematurely. And to all of the above, there's only one answer, which is also a question by itself. Was it worth it? As this video comes to a close, I just want to say this is my only time abusing Urara in my entire life, and I will never ever do this run ever again. And to repent for my sins, I will be reading the 150-page Umamusume document so I can be the best trainer for all of my Umas. Look forward to more Umamusume content. I'm absolutely locked in. And if you guys have seen me from my other channel, Mr. Bogey, hello, right? This is gonna be my alter ego from now on, and we'll see where this channel goes forward in the future, right? With that, we have come to the end of today's video. All the best in your training, all the best in your careers, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.